Well, ladies and gentlemen, I said I'd pop back on and give you an update just in regards to Celtic and pursuing a striker in this transfer window. If this is your first time coming across my channel, like and subscribe below would be appreciated. So Mathias Kvistgaarden, I've been talking about this guy for weeks now on the channel. I've talked about him for the last 4 transfer windows. The 22-year-old Danish forward who plays for Brøndby in Denmark. A guy that's played over 110 games for Brøndby. 38 goals. And Celtic have been chatting to Brøndby since Wednesday about signing the Danish striker. And it appears that talks have broken down. It's down to 2 clubs negotiating a price for the Danish striker. They're looking for 13.5 million, the reports. Celtic are not going to pay 13.5 million for a guy that hasn't played for his country at senior level, that hasn't played the Champions League, and he hasn't tested himself out just yet. And I completely understand where Celtic are coming from. They're being skeptic. They're probably feeling like this is an Adam Ida valuation kind of scenario. You would look what happened with Adam Ida, 9 million. We could have got him for 6 million if he played our cards right. And look, I wish Mathias the very best wherever he goes to, if it's Eintracht Frankfurt or another club. I'm sure he won't be happy with Brøndby that talks have broken down, but we need to move on from this. We have a couple of days to go before the transfer window closes, and I just have that feeling we're going to be scrapping to the dying hours to get a player. That's how I feel. And there's money in the bank. It's not good enough for the club to be literally chasing players when Kyogo has been departed since the start of this week. It's not good enough, I feel. I don't want to sound like I'm spoiled, but I'm being honest. We're after getting 10 million for Kyogo for Hashi, and what have we done? We've talked to a couple of clubs. We're pursuing a winger in Norway, Sondre Ojalister. There's been valuation rejected for him as well of around 4.3 million. They want 7 million. I think these Scandinavian teams know, because Celtic are in the Champions League, they can hold us for ransom and put the fees up ridiculous charges. Ridiculous. Like, I understand they're young players, 22, 23 years of age, but it's not good enough. So what I think is going to happen, regards to the striker situation, I think we're going to go and get Iheanacho. Sky Sports reported on it earlier on that we're interested in the Nigerian striker that plays for Sevilla. As I said in the channel, a couple of comments already on the previous video saying, is that what we're all about? Ben Rodgers the clown, the board of clowns. Why are we not getting someone younger? Why are we not splashing the cash? Maybe Celtic are being a bit sceptic, as I said already, regards to what they spend in the summer. Yes, there's money there at our disposal, but you don't go out and pay mad wages for a player. Like, Iheanacho will do the job until the summer, and if he does hit the impact and he scores vital goals, scores goals in the Champions League, scores goals in derbies and helps us win the league and the Scottish Cup, I'm sure we'll all be hymning his name by the summer, like similar to what happened with Adam Ida. I think Brendan Rodgers knows him inside out. Why not take a crack at him? He's 28 years of age. He has not settled in Spain, and that's the truth. I know people are looking at this season's stats and he's only scored 3 goals in all competitions in 14 games, but look what he has achieved in his career. He's still only 28. He's not 32. He's played Champions League football. He's scored in the Champions League a couple of times. He's played in the Europa League and scored in the Europa League. He scored in the Conference League. So, and most of all, he's come through a phenomenal academy, Man City academy, and to get a big move to Leicester just shows that, when he was in his early 20s, just shows that there is quality there. It is quality there. And the reason why he left Leicester, because his contract was up. He went as a free agent to Sevilla. And look at this, what happens with footballers at the time. You see him with Jota, where he didn't settle in the French league, he didn't settle in Saudi Arabia, just down to culture, just down to the managers, just down to the style of football. And I think some people are being harsh on Iheanacho. What I would say is, watch his videos, watch what he can do. He's a good finisher. He's played alongside one of the best finishers in English football, Jamie Vardy. That just says it as it is. And look, would I love Vardy? I wouldn't mind Vardy. I know he's a bit old, but it wouldn't be bad to bring off the bench and get a goal or two. But I don't like this whole thought of, we're a Leicester reunion club. No, we're not. We're Glasgow Celtic. We know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, and if the manager has worked with players that he thinks that can contribute to the team and bring success, why not? He done it with Scott Sinclair, and was Scott Sinclair's success? Yes. Has Kasper Schmeichel been a success? Yes. So, regards to Daniel Cummings, West Ham are interested at taking the 18-year-old. Now they're looking to get a pre-contract signed for him this month because his contract's up in the summer. He's already scored 24 goals in 25 games for Celtic. He made his debut against Aston Villa, the senior team, and I think it was a stunt by Celtic to bring him on, just to put him out there in the market. I don't. People always say to me in the channel, why are Celtic not giving these players contracts? I just think it's down to risk. I think it's down to risk in case that they don't flourish. We've seen in the past when players get chances, professional contracts, and they just don't work out. For example, Dylan McGeoch didn't work out for him. Didn't work out. Tony Watt, yeah, we sold him to Belgium, but it's taking a big risk. And I would like to keep him. I think he could be a prospect for the future, but it just seems like these clubs that have superior wages that play in the Premier League will lure them. We've seen it with Ben Doak. We've seen it with Daniel Kelly, who went to Millwall in the Championship. We've seen it with Rockavata. We just can't keep our youth players. And as Brendan touched on already a couple of times in press conferences, doesn't mean you deserve to get in the team because you're going through the youth system. You got to earn your place in the team. You got to earn your place. Once they get that chance of training with the senior team, and if they make that impression with the coaches and then Brendan, and they have that chat, and then they're getting a part of being on the bench, and then they're getting the odd few minutes, they have to flourish. And I just think supporting a club like Celtic, we can be critical at times towards our own players, especially young players. We want to see them flourish, but if they do something wrong, people are jumping to the gun saying, oh, they're shit, they're not worth this, they're not worth that, because of one bad pass, one bad tackle. We need to get behind these players. So I think Daniel Cummings will go, and I don't blame him, because if he's getting offered 3 times the value to go and play for a club down in London and have a better lifestyle and have a chance to play with cracking players, yeah, the London Stadium is completely different to Paradise, but he needs to think of himself, not think what the fans think. He needs to think of himself. At the end of the day, I've said this so many times on the channel, folks, it's a job. If you're happy in your job, all means stay in your job if the incentives are there, the wages there. But if you're getting offered to go and a different chapter and different wage structure, maybe 3 or 4 times your earning, would you be gone? Sure, right, you'd be gone. Regardless how much you love your job, sometimes you gotta challenge yourself, and it doesn't work out from it. Doesn't work out from. Look what happened with Jota, as I said already. So that's really it. Do subscribe to the channel. I am quite concerned that we should be focusing on left back, but let's see what happens with regards to that. Tierney's not happening until the summer anyway, so we just need to build a bridge and get over that. All the excitement, all the hype, me posting videos, bring him home, and I look like a gobshite now, but I think we're all filled, to be honest with you. So do speak to you soon.